Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca. Happy 3rd of December, everybody. So I have day 3 of the Advent calendar here. And hopefully, I think today's they may help you in some little way. But we have a bigger bag. There may also be a little bit of confusion over this one for some, so it'll give me a chance to explain. But this is today's item. So it's actually a combination of 3 different items, but we have a zip pouch. We have some pieces of card. These are 9 centimetres by 9 centimetres, and we also have a little stand. So that is today's item, and this can also be combined with a day 1 item. So to show you, this is part of day 1. There are, of course, 4 different sections. We'll go for 1 and 2 to show you. And these have been trimmed out once completed. Now, I did complete the whole diamond painting from day 1 before trimming these out. And these will sit on your little stand and allow you to showcase your diamond painting each day. They will also store in this pouch along with your little stand for future years. So that is the idea behind today's gift. Everything will fit. Let me just cover some up, but everything fits into 1. May give you some hints on future ones, but hopefully not too many. There will still be surprises in relation to designs. But yeah, that is day 3 of the Add More Zest Advent calendar, so that you can build up something that can be used for years to come. So there we go. Day 3 of the Advent calendar is that one, and day 3 for us to diamond paint is up in this top corner. So I'm just having a look at where I line up. I pretty much am on halfway, but I think I am just gonna scoot this one down so that I have clear all the way round, so that I can make sure that I'm not exposing any sticky that doesn't really need to be exposed. And I'm going to start with the black. I always like to start with the black. I'm using a pen today that was gifted to me by Kim. So thank you again, Kim. It is an amazing bright lime green. I love using lime green in a diamond painting. For some reason, it just pops right out at me. I've just picked up a diamond. I've actually got no glue dot or anything in this pen. How on earth I managed to pick that up, I have no idea. But anyway, let's grab my glue dots. I do have my little cart down here next to me. So I'm going to grab one of my glue dots, and I like to just run it around in my finger, make it a little bit of a sausage. Oh, actually, no, it does have a glue dot in it. It just mustn't be very good. Okay. I thought it didn't have a glue dot at all, but as I've gone to it, it actually does. Oh, it's got 2 ends. That's why. Haha. Okay, I've just realised I've actually got 2 single places on this, so I managed to pick it up with the single placer with no glue dot. Oh well, we're switching it now. So I'm going to get this hopefully to squeeze in. Let me grab a pair of tweezers. Sometimes I do find, especially on these brass single placers, which is what I have here, I do need to sort of push the glue dot in a bit, and I also find that I often need to chop a little bit off the end because they're not very big, sort of the gap in them, and it depends how it sits, but sometimes I do find I just need to chop that bit off so that I can get it to go on. And then I'm just going to dab it on my skin and on my jumper just to make sure it's not as fully sticky as it starts off being. Okay, let's try and make sure that we're using the right end of this. Oh, there we go. That's better. Oh, got the satisfying click of a glue dot as well. Very much what I prefer. So now let's try and continue on getting the black. I hope everybody is having a fantastic December so far. Yesterday, I do not know where the time went yesterday. Did I get my decorations sorted out and away in the loft? No, I did not. I actually didn't even get all orders out yesterday, which is not normal for me. But we did have, I've actually hidden the advent calendars on the website now that it's sort of December 1st and that time has passed. However, if you do still have it in your basket, because like we were on last numbers anyway, but however, if you do still have it in your basket and stock allows, it will allow you to check out. So I do have an advent order that I need to do. I also had a lot of logbook orders. So there was a lot of logbooks to be made yesterday. I got most of them out, but not all, because my printer had, of course, a moment, as it likes to do. When I have lots to sort out. There's lots of sticker orders and a lot of diamond dust drills orders for the temperature chart, which I completely understand why. They're all starting to arrive and people are getting themselves ready for it. But I actually ran out of a lot of colours that were already bagged up. So because I ran out of a lot of colours, I also needed to bag a lot of diamond dust drills. Okay, sorry, that was hubby giving me a ring. Oh, hang on. Used the pen at the wrong end. Timing at the moment. Some days I don't hear from him all day because he's so busy. But yeah, I think he's just too busy at the moment, and therefore when he's driving he needs a little bit of normality. But yeah, oh yeah, diamond dust drills yesterday. I was planning on sort of doing each colour I needed to do and doing like a full stock up, and then I realised that that was going to take far too long. So I've done bits. So I still do need to fill those up. I've had a sort out of some of the drawers that I just sort of put everything into in the summer when I did a revamp. I have had a sort out of the already packaged diamonds. They're all more organised, but I definitely need to have a sort out of all the bags of diamonds at some point, maybe the end of this week. But yeah, I'm hoping today that I will be able to get all the rest of the orders out, including the Advent. I did go back in last night and got all the Diamond Industrial ones sorted, so they're all in their boxes ready to go today. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get caught up on the rest and then try and get these Christmas boxes away. And then tomorrow maybe I can get a few presents wrapped and get those sorted out and under the tree so I can get organised with the presents. And then it will be mainly my usual nemesis, which is washing, which always needs a lot of work. And yeah, I'll just get through absolutely loads and put it absolutely everywhere, all over what will be a tidy house, to try and get it dry, because it's that time of year. I would love to be able to have just a couple of really nice summer sunny days so I can get through my washing in a reasonable time frame. But anyway, it's all good. I'm hoping that by the end of the week, everything will be sorted and I will feel more ready to, just enjoy December in its finest. But we do have comments, etc. today from the beginning of the December Advent, so from the 1st. I've just put up day 2 for the members, and then of course I will end up with even more comments from that for tomorrow. But Rose, she says she was just wondering if I will be doing the Advent blog for the 2025 Advent calendar on the website this year. At the moment, I don't have plans for that. Time just didn't allow as much. So for last year, the Advent blog that I put up, I actually started writing that in July, August time, I think. I actually got a huge chunk of that written at that point, and then tweaked and added pictures and things as I needed to, and then finished everything off in December. And as much as I would love to be able to say, yeah, I can do one, and just start, writing a blog post, being realistic, trying to do one of those every day, along with the whip and waffle every day, along with keeping up with orders and everything else, I just can't guarantee. I really need, at the moment, I think I really need things that I need to do, not being on a time crunch, not being on a fixed schedule, because I have so much that I have been meaning to do for the past couple of weeks that has not yet got done, that adding that is just not going to be realistic this year. So apologies, there won't be a blog on the Advent this year. I may try and do a blog update at some point with the Advent things so that there is a reference, but I must admit, as much as I'd love to keep up with the blog does tend to be one of the last things that I get to on my list, and I've got a few other background things that I really need to get done this week, without adding something else. I did do the Facebook group posts for the Advent event today. Somebody mentioned, I spotted, it was after I'd been on social media yesterday, Must have been come the afternoon. Maybe it was after the video went up. People asking if there was going to be a post this year, and I was like, how on earth did I forget that? So I have done those, and I have scheduled those to go up at, they go up first thing midnight, basically midnight for that day. So they're all scheduled to go up so that they will be ready for people to be able to post how they're progressing on their Advent or on their me time, depending on what it is that they're doing. So I'd love to see if you've done anything else on any particular days. Maybe you've not had time to diamond paint, or maybe you just know that you're not going to be able to diamond paint, so you do something else as your me time. I'd love to see that too. Gives other people ideas of things they can do to still get a bit of time, even if they're too busy to diamond paint. So that would always be good. But yeah, they're all now scheduled and up. Feedback on day one for the Advent is good, which is fantastic. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm always nervous when it comes time for Advent time. Always nervous over how people are going to like the Advent calendar. So yeah. But yeah, I just need to be realistic with my time, especially this week. This first week is a very, very busy week for me, and a very hard and draggy week for me today, this week. just due to the female hormone time. So yeah, everything is taking longer and is harder to do this week. Bazingirl Crafts, she says, woohoo, she says she was wondering why there was so many extra drills. Yes, you get lots of drills in day one. Do keep them safe. You will need them for the future. There's a couple of other people commenting saying they also wondered why there was so many. Cat Lady, she says, thank you for the first Vlogmas. She says she is wrapping as she watches. She did her diamond painting this morning, she said, and opened her Advent then. She says so many drills. She says 39 colours. She says, wow. She said it makes her want to do that before her Christmas whip. She says she has 2 presents wrapped so far, and they were double wrapped, she says, as they had blankets in them, and they will be posted down to Wales. Awesome. But it feels weird saying down to Wales now. Just after moving north, it's always weird then when you have to say that you're posting something back down the country. Okay, trying to check I've got all of these. I've got a couple that are stuck together, but this is not the week to be fighting with stuck together drills. I'll tell you that right now. Almost Ali, she says, it is not better. She said the other side of the world. She said here in Yeppoon, she said, which is coastal central Queensland. She said they are going through a heat wave with humid temperatures of 30 plus and 40 degrees plus 2 hours further inland. Oh no, I don't need that hot a day. I just need a couple of days that are like 22 degrees, nice breeze. That'd be awesome. Get through all my washing. Start a clean slate would be really, really good. Thing is, I did so well getting on top of washing, and then I think, do you know what? It was probably women's hormones that set that one awry and all. And yeah, it just doesn't stick. It sticks for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then it goes. It's gutting. Teresa, she says she's not understanding why there are so many drills on day one. There are many drills on day one because they are used in future days. So keep the drills safe because you will need them again for future things that will all pair together. So yeah, just keep them safe. Same as day 3. You will find there are extra pieces of card. Keep those safe because you may also need those for future days. And all will become a little bit more apparent in a couple of days. And of course, all will be answered by the time you get today to the end of the Advent calendar. Sammy Lou, she says, well, they've had a great start to December. She said it is 7:30 p.m. and her 3-year-old has just thrown up. Oh, joys. She says her 6-year-old came barreling down the stairs saying, Mum, Dad, and it's an emergency. Jade's been sick. She says they think it's because of the immunisations last week. Oh, bless. Such a shame when they're not feeling well. Get it over with at the beginning of December. Let's have all the upside down things at the beginning of December so that they can enjoy Christmas Day. Because it's not fun not enjoying Christmas Day. I'll tell you that. I know I had a day definite when I was a teenager that I was not well on Christmas at all, and it was nowhere near as fun. So yeah, get it over with at the beginning of December. Kim, she says they received 9 inches of snow on Saturday with wind. Oh, you can keep that, Kim. I don't need snow for sure. She says this morning it was minus 11 degrees C. Oh my goodness me, that's freezing. Well, it's below freezing. That should not be allowed. If you want that sort of weather, you should go to the Arctic Circle. She said, and 2 to 6 more inches due today. She said she is over winter already. I do not blame you at all. See, this is why I love spring so much. It just, when it arrives, it's a blessing. It is a sign of nice warm weather. Warm and fresh weather. Without being cold. I am living for that. I'm waiting for that time of year again, well and truly. I feel like spring didn't last long this year at all. It did go into summer fairly promptly, but yeah, spring just did not seem to last. It seemed to take too long to come in and then didn't last long enough. So I would like it to stay around for longer this next year. She says she's decided to actually do a temperature chart for the Diamond Art Studio kit. And she's going to look up some darker purples or blues, she says, for the colder temperatures. She said maybe make those diamond dust drills. At least they'll be pretty colours, even if it is a very cold day. But yeah, I'm very excited to be able to do, well, even though I'm not tracking temperature, I'm very excited to be able to do my temperature chart. I'm also very excited to see what they come out with for the next one after seeing some hints in, I think it was the Facebook group. After seeing some hints in there, I am very much looking forward to what they're going to come up with. Going on. Nova Scotian hiker, sorry, says, "Oh wow, superb." That's good. Don't know if that was at the Advent or at the painting, but either way, I'm all for it. And then Kit's something crafts. Sorry, I can't quite work out where the space is. I need to go in those words. But hello, Rebecca and Zesties. Oh, remember to only call me Kit. There we go, Kit. Maybe I should have read the comment first. It's time for my annual give myself too much to do over the next month time. Isn't that often the way? I've done that, and that's why I need to rein myself in. Hence the no blog. Because I do just put too much on my plate in December. They've decided to do the Advent painting as well as Zesty Wolf, as well as a few other bits for this Advent season. Said it's quite the task. However, they have decided to use the decision wheel to determine the order in which they do things each day. It's going to be a fun 24 days. That is good. Doing the decision wheel, especially when you've got lots of projects on the go, is definitely an extremely good idea. I have loved using the decision wheel with mine, even though it's sort of what I do outside of this painting. So this painting is my first, and then the decision wheel determines the rest, or at least what I'm going to do that evening. And yeah, I've been loving using that to just stop me having to think, like, you know, oh, which one's due a turn for me to do? Which one should I do? Or picking an evening and going, okay, which one do I want to do? And sometimes I can't even answer that. So letting the decision wheel just choose for me pushes all the internal blame as well. But the decision wheel decided. It's the decision wheel's fault that I've not worked on this one for a little bit. It's all good. It all works out in the end. And yeah, I am hoping to be able to get enough stuff done today that I feel that I can diamond paint this evening, which I think will primarily be if all the orders leave the house today, which I'm hoping they do. It really depends how long it takes for me to pull the advent calendars together, because that needs to be my priority. But other than that, say hopefully it will go out today, and then yeah, house can just get pushed to the next day, or maybe I'll do a little bit this evening and then it'll be diamond painting later, because I think that'll be good. I can't wait to do a little bit more. I feel like it has been a while since I've been able to do some. Okay, have I finished that colour? Yes, I have. There's a lot of tree up here, so I think I'm going to try and get the main tree colours before I go into the other bits. So let's get the other orange. And then next comment is from Bev. She says both herself and her sister love day one of the advent calendar. She said her sister's already kitted hers up. Love it. She said she will do hers soon. And I get not everybody will necessarily do it themselves. This year, it may be that they decide it is something for next year. But if you've got the time to squeeze in another little project, it will definitely be fun to do. She says her tree is up and nothing is on it yet. She says her branches need a good sort. She said, but it is up. Well, that is one step in the right direction. That's what I say. Ours is up. So there's a lot of other bits that I still need to sort of sort out. But hopefully I can get to that in the next few days. I've also got a few parcels that I really need to shift out the hall as well. A couple that need moving into the shop. And yeah, a couple of others that need wrapping and sorting out. So they've all got a to-do list to go with them. Pampered with Diamonds says they enjoy watching me open the advent calendar. They live in the US and really want to get one of ours at some point. Well, there are lots of them that have headed to the US, that's for sure. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get one in the future. We are changing things up a little bit next year, and hopefully come the beginning of the year we'll be able to look at getting those finalised a little bit, so that we can give more details as the year goes on. Drama Free DP says it's their first advent with the Zesties, and they said yay. They said your pen is gorgeous. Yes, I do have a lot of very gorgeous pens, I will admit, and there are many of them that have been gifted and are absolutely beautiful, stunning pens, and I really enjoy getting to sort of use them a little bit more. I do use them throughout the year. I do change up what pens I'm using, especially when I'm in my craft room, as my decision wheel picks what painting I'm doing. I sort of pick a pen at that point, and then as long as I pop it away again when I've finished, I often end up the only one I tend to keep the same pen for, or the same pen and tray for, is whatever big painting I'm working on, and that's just because I put my multi-placer in it. So I tend to keep it for my big one, but for my small ones I tend to change it up a bit as I go along. Oh, Luna has destroyed a box. Absolutely beautiful. She likes ripping up cardboard. So there's a ripped up cardboard going on at the minute, and she's sloping off with another piece so it doesn't get taken off her. No doubt I just end up taking the bits that she shredded up and leave her with the other big bit, and then she just shreds that up and then I clean up again. Keep her entertained for a little bit. Drama Free DP, she also says she just got confirmation that her mystery kits are out for delivery today also. Fantastic beginning to December. That will definitely keep you busy. Nice little pre-Christmas surprise to open your mystery bag and see what you got. Oh, sorry, let me try and finish that little section before I focus on words again. Christina, she said she thought the little diamond painting were one square for each advent at first. No, you do get, it is 4 different days in the diamond painting. Trying to decide 24 diamond paintings all themed around Christmas would have definitely been rather epic. I already spent a lot of time on those different designs throughout many, many months. She said she also really likes the lighting today. Very natural, said, and nothing blown out, white or overexposed. Well, that's good. A lot of it, I think, really depends on the natural light. I feel as though the natural light today is not quite as good as it's been the last couple of days. But a lot of it just depends on how overcast and stuff it is. I do know in the winter months for sure, I have to try and ensure that I've got my filming done first thing in the morning, because trying to film later in the day is just, the lighting's just too shocking for it. I even feel like the lighting's going already, and it's not. It's far too early for it to be gone already. But yeah, that is the joys of the winter months, I'm afraid. And it is just what we have to endure. But hey, come the 21st, but after that, from the 22nd, we'll be looking up. That's what I'm going for. Come the 22nd, things can only get better. Team JLG says they are a long-time watcher. They don't think they have commented before, but they do just want to say this is probably their favourite time of year, and they thoroughly enjoy watching and doing their daily section. Oh, that's perfect. It's always nice when somebody who doesn't comment for whatever reason, you don't have to comment at all, but it is always kind of nice when somebody who doesn't normally comment just comes on to let me know they do enjoy it. It's always nice to hear. But I know it's not always practical for people to comment. It's not always something they're technically comfortable with, or it's just the device that they're on. Or it's just their personality. Anyway, I completely understand if people don't comment. I'm not a huge commenter on videos either, personally. I do comment on some because I try to, do the odd comment, but I'm not a natural commenter on videos, so I do get it. I get it completely. But yeah, it's nice to know that there are people there still enjoying while watching and getting their little bit of me time in. Right, I've just spotted one of the colours that I've done that I missed. That's not a good start. Okay, let's just grab that. Just spotted one down here that I missed of the orange. So let's... Oh, and of course it's got a hole in it. Where's my tweezers? My pots. I've got a pot here with like tweezers and straighteners and pens for ABs and all sorts. Oh, and my currant putty. This is one of my pots that sits in my cart. Let's try that again for one without a hole in it. Am I using the right end of the pen? No, of course I'm not. Did I tell you it's going to be a long week this week? Did I? Because I'm pretty sure it's going to be. Right, let's get the rest of this brown done. I've got one here that I would like to do, that I just need to tuck under that piece of cover paper, just to make my rectangle a rectangle, make it a true rectangle. And then we'll get the rest of these branches done before we get to fill in the colourful leaves. That's all the number 3s. I need to scroll up on my comments as well. We get some number 5s in. Polly, she says she finally took her advent box out of the closet in her craft room. She says she loves December 1st. She gets to open the number 1 advent gift. She said it is a cute painting and drills and looks fun to do. She says, thank you, Rebecca and family. She says, for the joy the advent box brings to her. She says, bless you all. I'm so happy it is bringing you some joy. We do really love putting it all together. May have got a bit more tiring near the end, the amount that were being put together, but I do love being able to put them together. Okay, that colour is all done, so let's move on to some blue. I'm trying to think. I don't actually need that many. I think I might just try and do the lids of my pots and see how it works, because I'm not seeing many colours that there is a really big amount of. This is probably one of the most colours, and that worked perfectly fine in the lid. Kathy, she says, yay. She says, day 1 is here. She said it's her first year participating, but it won't be her last. I like that. I like that promise that sounds kind of like a threat, but not, because it's a good thing. Always fun. She says she loves Advent Day 1 gift, and so glad they watched this video. So they will do day 1 of the canvas too. And don't be fooled, the individual days of the canvas, so day 1, for example, does take longer than you think. So do not panic if you run out of time. It definitely takes more time than you think. And it definitely did for me when I was doing the demo, or completing each one for the demo. Took me a lot longer than I thought it would, and probably, yeah, it's what took a fair amount of my diamond painting time in the summer. Was doing Christmas paintings, because it's all good. All Things Crafty by Kaz. She says, how on earth is it December already? Very good question. Very good question. I don't have the answer for you, but it is an extremely good and very valid question. She says she has 0 diamond paintings to be working on, because she's been crocheting blankets. Ooh, at least it's still me time. It's a hobby and it's me time. She says she is currently on her 3rd blanket, which is amazing progress. I've never quite mastered crocheting at all. I think that would be a very dangerous hobby for me to try and get into, though it has been tempting at times. But all I keep envisioning is me ending up purchasing loads and loads of different thread and wool, and yeah, not having the space for it, because I already struggle to fit in all the fabric I end up picking up. Picking up a 3rd hobby when I hardly have the time to do the 2 that I have. It's dangerous. Luckily, audiobooks have made it easier for me to still be able to read in inverted commas, because, yeah, I I now listen to books, but I still get to enjoy books, just in a different way, and I can often pair it up with another hobby, which means I get to do 2 hobbies at once. But yeah, crocheting is something as well that's always slightly interested me, but quilting took priority. And I'm definitely glad now it's cold that quilting took priority, because I enjoy having my quilt on the couch in an evening just to keep me warm. Okay, I do still have a couple of comments left. Quite a few more than what I thought, but not enough for a full video. But I am glad there's still more comments to go, because I will need to film for the weekend at some point later on this week. It's the beginning of the week and I ain't fighting with that at the moment. But yeah, there we go. We have day 3 completed and day 3 Advent gift hopefully explained. Do let me know if you have any questions in relation to that. But I am going to pop my little stand up with the correct day. I am going to find a little spot for this. I may go for my craft room. I may go for the kitchen windsill. I've got a few different places I think it could potentially live. Of course, this is not the correct day, but I will put the correct day. But I have a few different places that I could pop this. I just need to figure out what's the most convenient for me to actually change it. Maybe next to my coffee machine would be the best one. So that I can have my own little countdown going on. And yeah, where are we tomorrow? Oh, we're down here for day 4 for tomorrow, so do join me then. And do please leave your comments down below, any interesting questions, topics that we should go into discussing. I am all for them, so bob them down below. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again tomorrow.